what to do. I mean, how many of y'all know we do a 6 list every single day? We work the business the same way every single day, but it's kind of that disconnect of like, okay, well, I know what to do, but like, how do I do it, right? Does anyone feel that way? You kind of get stuck and you're like, okay, well, I know all the things I'm supposed to do, but I don't exactly know how to put them in motion. So that's what this Zoom is for. If you feel like you kind of struggle with that, I'm going to give you all of the information, all of the tips that I use every single day. So I'm going to kind of let some of y'all know who I am because I know some of y'all are new here. I am Cheyenne Knox. I am a presidential diamond. I'm 21 years old and I've been in the business almost 3 years this coming December. I joined for just a couple extra $100. Okay. It was nothing serious. Just wanted some gas money. And I hit the ground running when I joined this business, and 5 months into the business, I was a diamond. So I hit the first full-time income rank. So 3 days after I graduated high school, I paid for everything in my dorm, all my tuition, all the things when I went to college. I didn't have to ask my parents for a single dime because of this business. And now, you know, I'm a presidential diamond that's gone through high school in this business. I've gone through college. I've paid cash for a Tahoe. I've kind of lived life backwards because I said yes 3 years ago and because I decided that I was going to work this business. Even though I had no idea what I was doing, I was clueless. I'd never had experience in this business before, and I've literally grown up and it works. I have done so many things that not many young people get to do, and so I get to show people how to live life backwards and how to pay off or to not ever go into debt. You don't have to pay off debt. You get to like live your life with no debt. And so I am here to tell you all of my best tips that got me to Presidential Diamond. There's nothing that people at the top do. There's no, you know, secret sauce. There's no secret message. There's nothing that I'm going to tell you tonight that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going ambassador tomorrow. It's just me breaking down how simple this business truly is. So turn your cameras on. I want to see your faces. Make sure you have a notepad out so that you can take notes for all the things I'm about to blab on. This will also be on my YouTube if you have people on your team who could not hop on tonight. So I'm excited to spend my Sunday night with y'all and share all these tips with you. So basically, I'm going to break it down. So every single day, we post, we message, we follow up, interact, and stay super plugged in. And so I'm going to break down each of those categories for you because even to this point now, guys, sometimes I still get stuck. Sometimes I know what I'm supposed to do, but our brains, we overcomplicate things and make things so difficult. And sometimes I'm like, well, I could follow up, but I don't know how to follow up, or like, I don't know who I need to follow up with, or I could message, but I don't know what message I want to send. Like, it's easy to kind of get stuck into things, and overcomplication never stops. Okay. So I'm here to break it back down, get you back down to ground level where you're like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So the first thing I'm going to start with is posting. Okay, so how many of y'all know how to post? Drop a one. You know how to get some stuff up there, but sometimes we get stuck because we're like, well, I don't have the perfect picture. I don't have the edit. I don't have the cute filter that this girl has. I look like a mop. I don't know what to post today. So I'm going to go over all things captions, editing, all those things, and break it down for you. Now, everyone does things differently. This is just how I do them. So if you have other leaders that you love to follow, you can always kind of follow in the lead of other people. That's what I did. Courtney Bohr applied. I literally followed everything that she did. I made her captions my own. I saw the way she posted. I posted that way because I had to learn somehow. So if you have leaders that you love the way that they follow or the way that they post and the way that they edit stuff, try to follow in their lead. But these are tips that I think work best for me. So as far as captions, okay, so I write all my own captions, and so literally what I do, I'm about to just rock your world. So I follow a bunch of like Boss Babe quote Instagrams, like this one is bossbabe.inc, I think that's incorporated. It's a verified account, that's all I know. But there's all these little quotes and stuff that are all on here about boss babes. I literally will go on here and find one that just like speaks to my boss babe heart, and I'll just make a caption off of it. Like, I'll just like type this caption in and I'll start typing and I'll just like go into like my life. And so I feel like a lot of times we get like caption block. I mean, how many of y'all have ever had caption block? You're like, I have no idea for like how to get these words to come out of my mouth. Like, I know all the things I want to say, but I'm stuck. Guys, my captions really never talk about it works. I never talk about income really unless I'm like specifically talking about money. I talk about getting out of your comfort zone and being, you know, an influence and doing things that like, that's what I do. Like, I just basically, I influence, and that's my job. And so I basically make all my captions the same way. So like this one, I talk about my goals, where I want to go. So a lot of people, when they join, they're crippled because they're like, well, I don't have a success story. I don't have all this great big stuff that I've done. I don't make $20,000 a month. I don't have a car I paid for. This, like, I don't have any of those big things. So I don't think people are going to want to join me because I don't have a story. Who feels that way? I felt that way too. But I started exactly where you are if you're brand new. I started down there, okay? We all did. We all started at ground floor. And so what happened was we talked about what we wanted to do, what we wanted to accomplish, the promotions we want. Like, I'm not ambassador. It's the last rank I have. And so I made a post just talking about my team is going ambassador diamond. So if you're brand new, talk about how you and your team are going ruby. You're going to make an extra $500 a month. Don't get crippled by what you don't know. You just got to fail. You got to fail upwards, okay? My captions when I first joined were horrible. Like, sometimes I'm like, how did I enroll anybody off of these? It was because I was willing to do it. If I would have never done it, I would have never grown, and I would have never learned how to write captions, right? You've got to make the mistakes. You've got to learn. You got to go through the process in order to become better at it. So this one, like, obviously I still post about my life. I post about my boyfriend, my friends, things that, birthday posts, stuff like that. But I typically am always talking about the business. So like this one, you can't tell, I'm not holding any products. I'm not doing anything, but my hair's in it. So I made it a hair growth caption. This one, just a random picture I took on a picture day that I did. I talked about, it's not enough for you, the sleepless, stressful nights, the saying no to everything, or coming up with excuses simply because you can't afford it, not knowing what your next step is. I mean, guys, be real in these. Like, a lot of the feelings that I write about that I'm trying to relate to people over are things that I felt. Who on here has been broke? Drop a 2. If you've been broke, you relate to pretty much 90% of the world because they have been broke too, or they are broke right now. So talk about the fact, is being broke are you not over that yet? Are you not over saying no to everything? Are you not over looking at your kids and knowing that you can't provide for them in the way that you want? I mean, we're going for an emotional appeal here, okay? So if you're relating to people and your struggles, I never say blatantly in this that I struggled before. I literally just said, is it not enough for you? You don't have to be any certain rank to write inspirational posts. So as far as captions, follow people that, top leaders in the company who create captions and make them your own. Follow their lead in the way that they post, in the way that they word things, and they will eventually come to you. Now I just find a quote or something I'm feeling, and I just talk on it like I'm writing a book. I just let all my feelings out, and that's how I come up with my captions. And so write about what you want. Write about your goals. Write about things that inspire you, things that maybe you struggled with. A lot of times it's really good to relate to people and say, before I joined this business, I was afraid of failure too. But I've had so much help with my leadership. I have I have an incredible team. Do the objections, but write about how you were once there and you got over them. You see what I'm saying? You want to relate to people. That's what we do. So I hope that helps y'all kind of with captions, finding quotes that you can write your captions off of. I'm not a super creative person, so that's why I like to look at stuff to kind of stem ideas from there. But maybe you love to write. Maybe you've gone through a lot in your life. Be vulnerable enough to share that because you're going to relate to people, and that's how we influence and inspire people to join this business with us. So the second thing, presets, editing, all the things. I'm about to go over certain apps that I use. So if y'all are new here and you don't know what a preset is, I'm about to give you all a list of apps that you need to download, and you can write them down if you're on your phone and you don't want to download them right now. The first one is Over, okay? It's this little yellow circle thing. This is how we make all of our stories, and how I made the graphic to this Zoom. I make everything on here. So you need to download Over. Then you need to download PicsArt, P-I-C-S-A-R-T, PicsArt. Facetune is the bomb for whitening your teeth. If you have imperfections that you want to fix, maybe there's a hair in your face, you can do all the kinds of editing on this app. So Facetune, Over, PicsArt. Then another editing app, this is how I get all of my presets and filters on my picture. It's Lightroom. These are all free apps, by the way. Over has they all have things you can purchase, but they're all free to get. Those are it. Okay. That's all I use every single day for editing. So for Lightroom, if you go on Etsy, you can buy $5 presets that go along with your pictures. So I have a million because I've bought so many different ones trying to figure out which ones I like. But I'm trying to find what they look like. Hold on. Okay, so these are just like examples of presets that you can buy on Etsy. They're all different like slides, and you can watch YouTube videos on how to use them. I think there's trainings on YouTube. Claire Flores has some, so just look up Over tutorials. But Over is how I make all of my stories for my Instagram. How many of y'all use Over to make your stories? Probably everybody that's on here that makes their own. So like this one, like my welcome, my new distributor welcome thing I made on this app. There's like all sorts of little graphics and fonts and stuff that you can use to make on here. I make like my little skincare before and after slide on here. You can get like graphics and everything, and you can search through all the graphics they have. It's amazing, okay? So PicsArt, the second one that I explained, what this app has all sorts of cool little editing things. There's filters on here. You can add text on your pictures. But the number one thing I use this for is to put pictures on top of pictures. So when you get bonuses, like your weekly bonuses, or maybe when you get paid, you can actually take a picture. Here, I'll show you all my tacos that I just had for dinner. And then you can go over here and click add photo. And I can like, here's a selfie I took earlier. We'll just add that on top of my tacos. Obviously this isn't what you would do, but you can sit here and make it bigger. You can move it around. So imagine this being a bonus that you get, and you put it on top of your tacos and say like, thanks for paying for dinner tonight. You see my gist? You get what I'm going for. But it's super easy. And then there's a lot of different, you can just click apply. And then there's a lot of different like little brushes down here and like editing stuff. It's a super cool app, so get it and just play around with it. And that will kind of help with like making different pictures and stuff. Okay, so the next thing is Facetune. So on here, you can actually, oh, I don't think Facetune is free, but it's definitely worth it. I think it's like $5. Okay, so we will, let's see. Okay, so this is a picture I took with my handy dandy tripod. So if I wanted to whiten my teeth, you just click this little whiten button, whiten your teeth here. You know, it's just like a super awesome editing app. If you like, a lot of times there's a patch. There's actually a patch button on here, and you can like click over here and bring that over here. Like you can bring things over. So if you have like a hair across your face or a shadow, you can put like something, like if I wanted this side of my forehead to be clear, I would take this side of my forehead and put it on the other side. Does that make sense? You'll have to play around with them, but you can fix so many different things if you have like a cute picture, but there's something wrong with it. That's the thing. Okay, so that's as far as editing. Find a preset that you want. All of mine were like $5 on Etsy. If you can't figure out how to upload them, there's YouTube trainings and all sorts of stuff on how to figure it out. Or you can ask your upline. If you're on my team, you can ask me. I can kind of help you out. But the next thing is, let's talk about how to take pictures. Okay, so I'm about to change your life. This right here. This tripod I got on Amazon. It was like $30. It is the best $30 I have ever spent in my life. It comes with a little remote that connects to Bluetooth to your phone. It has a little phone holder right here where you can put your phone, and it gets taller and shorter. And so I use this to go live on. I will literally, like, there's walls around my house and there's like fields around my apartment, and I will literally go set this in the field and stand and like take pictures with my tripod. So if you're by yourself like me all the time, you don't have an excuse to not take pictures, because this thing is the bomb. I use it for everything. I use it to like film myself doing my skincare routine at night, making my coffee in the morning. Like I use it for everything. So make the little investment of like $20 to $30 on Amazon and buy yourself a tripod so that your Insta game can go from like 0 to 100, because it is the best thing ever. Okay. So that's pretty much everything for posting. Make sure that your posts are good, clear pictures, that you're taking the effort to go out and take a picture like this tripod, instead of me like propping it up in my room or like sitting in front of a window and like just taking a picture. I can go actually put the effort in to take a good quality picture with my handy dandy tripod. And it looks like people are, taking them for me, but it's just me, myself, and I. So if you have any questions about posting or anything throughout this whole thing, put them in the chat and I'll go back and answer questions at the end. So the second thing we're going to talk about is following. Okay, so a lot of people struggle with following because they're like, well, I don't know where to follow from. I don't know who to follow. And that comes from branding yourself, you guys. So when it comes to branding, what I mean by that is there are things and qualities that make you who you are. Okay, so if y'all follow me on Instagram, you know I love cheetah print. I'm always traveling. I love clothes. I love makeup. You know, I do this business, I have a boyfriend, like, you know all these things about me because I share them a lot on my social media. And it's what I share. So when it comes to my Instagram, I have highlights on my Instagram. Okay, these are fitness, travel, my tribe, which is my team, fashion, my story, keto, extra things, inspire, which is like quotes. These are things that make me who I am. Okay, so when it comes to following, the reason this is important is because when I go follow, I try to follow people that like makeup, that like clothes, that have a boyfriend, that, you know, are young, that like cheetah print, like stuff that I would relate to, so that when I follow them, they go to my profile and they're like, oh, this girl's cute. She likes cheetah print just like me. This girl's young. This girl, whatever, travels a lot. That's how I follow. And so if someone can comment the apps that I mentioned in the comments, people are asking. So follow people from things that you love. If you like animals, go to like animal pages or like dog pages or, you know, ASPCA or anything like that, where you're going to find people that like dogs as well. If you like fashion or makeup or anything like that, if you go and follow people from boutiques and like makeup pages and, you know, stuff like that, you're going to find people that relate to you. Everyone catch my drift? Like, you're trying to follow people that relate to who you are, so that as you're integrating the business and the products, these people relate to you already, so they already feel like they're your friend. Okay, it makes a very, very big difference. If I went and followed a ton of moms, they wouldn't relate to me. So when I talk about this business, they're not going to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, she's a mom and she gets to stay home with her babies, right? I am attracted to college students because I live in a college town. I once was a college student. I'm really young, and that's just the crowd that I'm in. Okay. So you have to kind of brand yourself with whether you're a mom, you like animals, you travel all the time, you are married, like whatever it is, the things that you love is how you should follow, so that you're attracting like-minded people. Number 3 is interacting. So a big part of what we do is we interact every day, okay? And the reason this is important is because we build relationships through social media. When I am on my Instagram every single day, the only way that I'm going to be able to talk to people is by contacting them. So when I'm on, like, the days of just scrolling through Instagram are over. You will never just scroll, okay? We do not scroll. We get paid from scrolling now, okay? So when you, like this girl, I follow her. I like her picture. I comment and say, so cute. Done. Next one. I like, that's an advertisement. That's Kylie Jenner. Don't care about that. Okay, so like this picture, comment. Like this picture, comment. Like, I just scroll through. So I'm still scrolling like I would before this business, because I do genuinely want to see people's stuff, but I'm building relationships with people, because what's going to happen when I comment and I like on all their stuff? They're going to know my name. So when I message them about doing this business with me or being a product tester or anything like that, they've seen my name before. I'm not a stranger. I'm not somebody who they don't know. When I message people, I know that I follow them. I know that I probably liked their stuff and I probably commented on their stuff. And so when I message them, they're like, oh, Savashay, I've seen her name before. She comments on my stuff. So when I message them, they're going to respond. Okay. That's why we interact, and that's why it's such a huge deal. And that's why when you follow people and you're interacting, they need to relate to you. Like I said, being a mom, if you're interacting, like, oh my gosh, your kid's so cute, they're going to be like, yours is too. If I don't have kids, they're going to be like, you're cute too. You know what I mean? Like, you want to find people that relate to you. Okay. The 4th thing, following up. This is such a massively important thing that you're going to do every single day. And I'm going to give you so many tips that are going to make this easier for you. Okay. First thing, saving your contacts' names. If I would not have done this from the day that I joined, I would hate my life. Okay. So say I talk to this girl on Instagram and she's like, yeah, I'm super interested. And I'm like, perfect. What's your number? And I'll send you more information. That's what I say. That's all I say. And I can send like my exact text replacement in here. And I'm going to go over that too. Okay. That's what I send to anyone that I talk to on social media, because I want to get their number. So once I get their number, I go in here and I save their contact. So you can see in here, like, all of my contacts say DT, DT, PLC, DT, PDT, like all of these, they're all labeled, okay? So this is important to happen. So when I need to text my distributors, or I have like a potential customer deal that comes out, all of my customers are PLCs. If a distributor deal comes out, I can type in PDT and all of my potentials are in there. It's the best thing I've ever done. So that's the first thing, is saving your contacts based on what they are. A lot of times I've seen people save it as like PLC cleanse, PLC wraps, which would probably be convenient for me. When there is a deal, I can just type in wraps and go follow up with those people. So if you haven't already started, you can do that. It's been 3 years now and I've not done that, so I haven't started yet. I'm about to share the Connect app with y'all. So the second thing is a PLC list. So I'm going to go over this binder a little bit more in detail. It's actually in my car, so I don't have my binder. Whoops. So I have a binder that I stay organized with, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I have a tab in there for my potentials. So I write down all of my potential customers and all of my potential distributors, okay? That way, no one ever slips through the cracks. When it comes to me promoting or comes to me doing something, like I've got all my people written down. As soon as somebody says they're interested, that's why I take my binder with me everywhere, is when someone says they're interested or someone says they want products, their name is written down. Sometimes I get kind of behind and I'll go back, you know, at the end of the week and go through my phone or go through my text messages and write down names. But this is vital, because when it comes down to promotions or a deal coming out, you have to know who you've been talking to. Otherwise, people are going to slip through the cracks and they're going to buy from somebody else. So make sure you save your contacts. Make sure you write down your names. The third thing is the Connect app. So everyone go in the App Store if you haven't already and download the It Works Connect app. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's this little thing. It has the It Works logo on it. It's kind of teal and green. This is going to change your entire life. I'm about to show you why. So when you save all your potentials names, okay, as PLC, you can actually go in this app and there's a way to mass follow up. So the first thing, and everybody needs to zone back in, when you do this, it's important that you turn off your iMessage, because if you didn't know, you can get blocked from texting with iMessage, okay? They think you're a robot, it gets kind of sticky. So anytime you're following up a bunch of people, just turn off your iMessage. I've been blocked way too many times and I'm just warning you. So you turn off your iMessage and you go up here and, okay, so you can go in the Connect app and in the bottom, you can go in here and at the very bottom, there's this little people box, okay? There's like 3 people. You click this and up here in the top right, there's a plus button and you can actually make a group, okay? Wait, I just clicked out of that. And right here it says new group. So you click new group and you're going to click that and you're going to name it PLC. Okay. And then it's going to pull up your contacts. And because you saved all your contacts as PLC, when you type in PLC, it pulls up all of your potential customers and you're going to add them to this group. Okay. So I have so many down here. I have PLC, PLC2, PLC3, October 19. I update them because it doesn't automatically update the group. And so as people say no or they order or something, I just like take them out. And plus, and I'll show you how it kind of just like does. Let me, hold on, I'm going to confuse you. So I have all these made, but this October 2019 is obviously my most recent one. So I click that and it pulls up, when it's working, it pulls up all of my potential customers. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it has all of my PLCs. See how they're all saved as PLCs? And these are over 3 years, y'all. I have a ton of potentials. So I have them all in here. So when a deal comes out, what I do is you click on that little purple, the people button down here, and here's all your groups. You click this little message thing, and it says to, and you click the plus sign, and you pick your group, because there's a thing up here, and it says groups. You click groups. And I'm like so close to the camera, y'all can see it all. You pick whichever one. So I would pick PLC right here. I would click add. And so it now has all of those contacts that are in that group in my to message. Okay. So now it has all of my potential customers that I've selected in that group all saved on here. So then you can click the space in the subject line. You don't have to type anything in here. And then you're going to copy and paste your follow-up message. So, hey girl, throwing in some orders. I'd love to help you get yours in. I have your 40% off discount saved. Are you ready? You know, whatever your follow-up is. Then you're going to click send. Okay, so I'm just going to type something. And then you click send. And then you click the text message thing. And it has it all pulled up. So it's going to individually pull up every single message. This does take time, but I followed up with 1,500 people the other day and it took me like 45 minutes. Okay, so it's not as long as you think, but you literally click send and then it'll pop up the next one, send, pop the next one, send. So I just keep my thumb right here and I just click it, and I just click it all day. I don't pay attention. I just sit here and click. So did anyone else's mind just get blown? Now you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can follow up with so many people at once. That's the way that I found is easiest for me. And there's also scripts saved in this app. So This is also like a good way to just be updated. It has all of like the new stuff on here, but if you scroll down, I'm also going to share something with y'all while I'm in the app. Okay, so that's follow-ups. The next thing I'm going to show is shopping carts. So instead of sending your customers all of these steps to sign up as a customer or you getting their information for them, shopping carts are literally where you can send them a link with the products that they want already in their cart, send them the link, and they just have to add their information. Okay, so it makes it super easy. They don't get lost. They don't get confused. So you scroll down the bottom, it says shopping list. Okay, so these are all the lists that I've made that I've sent to all my customers, but you just click create a list. Well, and say they want the Beauty Works collection. You click the plus, and then they want the facial. So you click plus, okay? Those two things are in my cart. Click save. And because this is already your app that you downloaded, that you logged into, your name and everything are already set up in here. So it already takes them to your website. You click send. It pulls up the link here. You can send it directly from Connect. I always just copy this link, select it and copy it, and just paste it in the text that I'm sending it to. Or you can just click plus, add the contact here, and send it from there. Either way. But you can just send it that way. Okay, so that's all for that. That's all the Connect app. Download the Connect app, kind of look around it, figure out all the stuff. But follow-ups, shopping cart, that's really all I use it for. Okay, following up is so important, and I'm going to tell you kind of a schedule. So when it comes to following up for me, every day I'm following up with people. So if I talked to somebody yesterday and they were super interested and ready to sign up and they kind of ghosted me, I follow up with them the next day. If it's somebody that said, hey, make sure you follow up with me Friday, like I get paid then, I write down all my stuff. So maybe if you're a more organized person than me, I'm not very organized, I have this calendar here that you can write down like when you're supposed to follow up. So Friday, you can write down all your people. Monday, you can write down all your people. Maybe you have a little agenda that you take already. I use my phone reminders. So if I talk to Emily and she says, sign me up on Friday, this is what I do. Hey Siri, remind me to follow up with Emily on Friday. Done. That reminder is set to go off on Friday for me to follow up with that girl. These go off on my phone all day long, every day, but the moment it pops up, I go follow up with that customer and I close it off. This is the way that I found best for me to make sure that I stay reminded, and I always just double check the time and the date and make sure that it's right. You can even say, like, maybe she says like, oh, I get paid at 11. I just say, remind me to follow up with Emily, Smith at 11 a.m. on Friday, and it does it for me. Okay, it pops it up. Maybe you're a pen and paper kind of gal, I don't know, but make sure you write it down because you will forget about people, okay? And it will only get worse as you continue to go in the business and have more and more potentials. Okay, so let's talk personal development really quickly. So a big part of what you're going to do, as long as as far as you're in this business forever, you have to grow your mind, okay? A big part of why I was stuck in my business for such a long time was because I was not growing my mind at all. I was not willing to grow. I wasn't, pouring into myself so that I could pour into my team, and that is where personal development comes in. So if you are reading something specifically right now that you're loving, please drop it in the chat so people can get some new book ideas. But right now, I am reading Born to Shine by Ashley Lemieux. It is practical tools to help you shine even in life's darkest moments. Girl, stop apologizing. Go for no. What else? You Are a Badass. Those are 3 super good books to read if you just joined this business. So Girl, Wash Your Face, Go for No, and You Are a Badass. Super good books. This one, if you're kind of going through stuff or maybe just want to level up, I'm reading Born to Shine. Another book that I love, if maybe you're, I don't even know, I think everybody needs this book. So Secrets of the Millionaire Mind is a super awesome book as well. It talks about money, how to make more money, how to change your mindset about money. That's a super good book, but anything you feel like you lack, maybe you lack confidence, maybe you lack positivity, maybe you feel like you're constantly negative, maybe you need leadership help, anything that you feel like you lack, go to Amazon, go to Audible, search in what you feel like you're lacking, and order the book you see, okay? And just start reading. Watch sermons, watch, little trainings, watch YouTube videos, go find stuff that's going to pour into your mind, because this business is 90% mindset, 10% work. If you have a crappy mindset and you're not working and you feel down about stuff and you're being negative and you're not ever pouring into yourself, your business is never going to expand and thrive, okay? You have to make sure you're pouring into yourself so that you can be pouring into your team, because you have a cap. you're capped out somewhere. And for me, it was diamond. I was capped out. That's as far as my mindset would go without ever pouring into it. And I hit diamond. I got stuck for 10 months. I was a diamond, not maintaining for 10 months because I wasn't willing to grow my mind. I discovered personal development. I had a mindset shift. I realized that I was capable of going double. Like I felt invincible. I had a fire in me, like nobody's business. And I went double diamond, and then I went triple, and then I went presidential. Like it was all so fast because I pushed that cap to be more and to grow. Okay. And so once I grew, I realized that it was all from personal development and me realizing that I could grow because I felt stuck for so long. So I also, every morning at 9 Central Standard Time, 9 Central Standard Time on this code, I do a journaling Zoom every morning. There are a bunch of people. It's all over this business. It's not just from my team that hop on. I read devotionals. I watch sermons. It's just depending on what's on my heart that day. But I do those every single morning. So if maybe you don't work early or whenever you can get on, we do them every morning at 9 Central Standard Time on this code that's at the top of your screen. Okay. The fifth thing is messaging. Okay, so I'm also about to rock your world again. So for those of you that are new, I'm sure you're realizing that you're copy and pasting all the time. You're copy and pasting messages. You're copy and pasting, descriptions of products and all this stuff, and you don't have anything saved. Like it's just new every single time. It's annoying. Okay, so there's this thing. This is for iPhones only. I don't know about Androids. I can't help you other than go get an iPhone because all this stuff that I've shared with y'all is just for iPhones. Okay, so if you go in your settings and you scroll down and you click general, then you click keyboard. So settings, general, keyboard. Right here it says text replacement. So when you click this, you can click plus up here. So maybe it's your message that you send out to every single person about being a product tester. You're going to paste that message. Okay, so say I'm pasting my loyal customer message. Then my shortcut, mine for my loyal customer message is L. So when I click L, you see how it popped up this whole sentence here? And I click space, it pastes my loyal customer message. So anywhere, like if I go, text a girl. Okay, so we're going to text Katie, okay? So, hi, Katie. We're texting Katie. So I'm sending her my loyal customer message. I click L, space. It pasted that whole message just because I typed L, okay? So I have this for my distributor reach out, my loyal customer reach out, my hosted post scripts, anything that I use really, really frequently, I have in my text replacement so that I don't have to copy and paste. The phone number message I sent, the checkout steps, the distributor checkout steps, like any of that stuff. Now, when it comes to products, okay, products are different. I use WordBoard. It's an app called WordBoard. Download it. So if you go down here, you see this little thing, it's going to pop up this keyboard once you add the keyboard to your thing. So these are all text replacements essentially, but they're all just buttons on my keyboard. These are all the products. So all the green is products. These are my distributor checkout, customer checkout, shopping cart link, stuff like that. So you can literally just have like pages and pages and pages of scripts, but I just use it for products. So if somebody wants coffee and greens, I have coffee greens right here. It pastes the message, okay? If I want the Confianza for stress, it's labeled stress. It pastes the Confianza script. Is anyone else just like blown away? It's the best thing ever. It saves all your messages. It took me like an hour to like sit down and paste all the descriptions, and they're all in here. So when somebody says like, okay, well, I want, the exfoliating peel, there it says peel, I click peel and it pastes the message. They want toner, I click toner, it's right there, okay? Amazing. So text replacement is something that I use for more frequent stuff, just like messaging and, phone number and all that stuff. But stuff that's like products descriptions that I don't use constantly all day long, I can just go in here and click the copy description and send it. So if you're on my team, they're all at the top of the team page with all the information and everything, and you can just save individual, and I know they're also in Diamond Tribe as well. Just search product info and all the descriptions are there and you can take the time to do it. Okay. Okay, so as far as messaging, so when it comes to messaging, I'm going to tell y'all kind of I'm going to kind of break it down at the end as well as what I do every single day specifically. But messaging, is so important, you guys. When I message, I don't expect to be responded to. I don't expect everyone to say like, yes, OMG, I'm so interested. I am messaging to plant seeds. Okay. So I use this analogy a lot. We are farmers. Okay. We are farmers. We plant seeds all day long, every single day with people, and plant and plant and plant and plant. We don't expect a harvest right away, right? Farmers do not go and plant the same day and expect their harvest in the same day. They plant it and know their harvest is going to come 6, 7, 8 months from now, and then they're going to get all the money and all the things because they waited the planting season to get their harvest, correct? When you're messaging, I message all day. I message for host to post. I message when I think somebody would be super good at this business. I message them about being a product tester. I'm constantly having conversations and planting seeds, but I don't expect them to message me back all the time, okay? But when it comes to messaging, I message them things that I would say. So if it's somebody that, say I'm messaging Sydney, okay? I message Sydney and I'm like, hey girl, I've been watching you for a long time. I've been seeing your post. I think you would freaking kill it at what I do. You already post like we do, and I think that you should get paid for it. Like, I've been watching you, and I think that you have the cutest kids. You and your husband are so cute. Like, your posts are super, like, whatever is personal to her, that's what I message. Okay, same with customer. I don't sit there and say, oh my gosh, I think you're so pretty. I think you're so gorgeous. I think you'd love what I do. I think you'd love the products. I make my own, okay? I talk to them how I would typically talk to them, and I'm just like, it's short and simple. Like, hey, don't know if you've ever heard of this. Don't know if you've ignored it. Don't know if you'd be interested, but I would love to share with you some health and wellness products that I think would change your life. That's it. Make something that's personal to you. Maybe check it with your upline, see if they like it, what they think about it. But the last thing we're going to talk about is organization. So I've had a binder since I joined this business. I don't have it with me because it's in my car because I just got back from traveling like 2 minutes before I got on the Zoom. But I have these journals, I have an agenda, and I have my binder. So in my binder, I have 5 dividers, okay? The first slide, the first little thing is all my potential customers, okay? The second tab is all my potential distributors. And it also has my fast start report. So it's just a list of names, all of the distributors I enroll, how many customers they have so I can see how many customers they all need for me to get a fast start bonus and for them to get their shopping spree, okay? List of distributors, 4 columns for customers, and that's how I kind of keep track of my distributors that I enroll. The third column is my steps to success. So you can print that out in your document library, but it's basically just where I write down my enrollment. So this comes in handy because I send thank you cards to my customers, but I write down 4 customers, or 4, well, it's steps to success is 4 customers, 3 distributors. So I fill out the chart. It's 4 customers, 3 distributors. And if I continue to enroll, I just number below and write their names so that I constantly always know who I enrolled, because that's so important when it comes to not forgetting who you enrolled. It's cool to go back and look. Like, I like to look and see how many customers I enrolled on a certain month, or, I always try to beat my goal. So if I enrolled 10 customers last month, I want to beat that, or, 3 distributors, I want to beat that. That's kind of how to keep track of that. The fourth tab is like all of my charts. So my charts, my team's charts, charts that I've already promoted to, that I keep, that I got laminated, stuff like that. I know y'all are all writing. I can see your pencils going. But just stay organized in the way you feel organized. Some people hate pens and paper and writing stuff down. I just have to because I'm scatterbrained and I don't like doing it either, but I just have to have it. I use my agenda sometimes I don't, but I always have those reminders going to make sure I don't let people slip through the cracks, okay? But I'm going to go through my schedule with y'all, okay? So I'm going to go through what my schedule looked like when I first joined and what my schedule looks like now and what my schedule looked like when I was in college. How many of y'all are busy? Drop a 3. You have a job. You go to school. You work multiple jobs. You have children. I don't know. Okay, there's a bunch of 3s being dropped, okay? You're busy. Perfect, okay? Busy people are more successful, period, okay? When I joined this business, I was in high school. I went to school at 6:30 a.m. for a dual credit class. I had school all the way until 4:30 in the afternoon, and I could not be on my phone one time because our social media was blocked because our Wi-Fi did not allow it to go through, okay? No service, could not text people all day. Then I got out, went to cheer practice until 6:30 every single day, the whole entire school year, because we cheered for every single sport. So once again, still could not be on my phone. Then I drove 30 minutes to work. I worked till midnight, drove 30 minutes back home, still had to shower, still had to do homework, still had to do all the things. By this time, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, going to bed, waking up at 6:30. I did not have time, but I went diamond in 5 months because this business fits into every crack and nook and cranny of this business or of your life. This is not something where you have to sit there and say, I'm going to message now, I'm going to post here, and then I'm going to go to work, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to work for 30 minutes at the end of the day. You just cram it, okay? Stop signs in the bathroom, while you're at work on your lunch break, while you're sitting there just talking to people, waiting for your professor to show up, walking to class. Anytime you can work this business is when you cram it in. There's not going to be specific times in your day that you maybe have a multiple hours a day. Maybe you have too much going on to do that. Don't feel pressured that you can't make this business work, because it literally will fit into every empty hole and mold in your day. So I post once a day, no matter what it's about. I typically do a business post 3 to 4 times a week and personal post the other days, or I just have a couple filler days where I don't post, okay? When it comes to posting, this I took with my tripod. This I took with people I don't even know at an event that I loved because the picture was cute, and I love these girls in here because I just met them. This picture I took with my tripod in my bed with a cup of coffee. This is just a picture that I took. Like, I just randomly take these pictures. This is with somebody that took them with me. This is a tripod. This is a tripod. This is my phone. This is like, they're all just random pictures that I took myself, but I make sure that I take them every day. I make sure I put time into my pictures. I make sure I put effort into my pictures because this is my job, okay? So posting once a day. Then I post on my story. So I got tacos, okay? Then I was driving and asked people how many miles I put on my car. It had nothing to do with the business. It's just about my life. I'm going backwards. Then I posted about the grocery store, this cute mug I found at the store, a quote. My dad, and then this is about the business. This is products. Like, I just post about my whole life. This is a cute outfit that I like because it makes me who I am. Post things throughout your day that you're doing that brand who you are. Post pictures of your kids, of your dogs, of your husband, of things that you like, of clothes, of makeup, of you doing your hair, of a cleaning product that you like, you making food, making a recipe. Like, this is your time to be 100% authentically you. Branding yourself, talking about things you love, sharing things that make you happy, all the things. That's what your story's for. So I post on my story all day long, randomly, throughout the day, okay? That's posting. Second, I follow about 100, 150 people every single day. I just go through, follow until it won't let me follow anymore, and then I'm done. And then I'll go through when I go to bed and follow some more people. Messaging. I message whenever I can. So when I wake up before journaling Zoom, I message a couple of people, or 10, 20, 30 people. Then at lunch, then randomly waiting, sitting on the couch, like just throughout the day. When I was in college, it was waiting for my professor to show up, sitting in class, in between study breaks, just messaging as many people as I could. Was it the same number every single day? No. But was I messaging every day? Yes. Was I planting seeds every day? Yes. Okay. Interacting. I do it anytime I'm on social media. When I'm scrolling, I'm interacting, I'm liking, I'm commenting, I'm doing all this stuff. Following manually. We can't use third-party apps anymore. I used to use like Cleaner and all that stuff. Now I just go through. If you click following, once they load, there's a button up here and it says sort by default. You click this button down here and it select earliest. So these are people that I followed in high school and a long time ago that I really don't interact with anymore. And I just go through and unfollow, and just sit here and unfollow until it won't let me anymore. I kind of unfollow too as people like have continuously ignored me or told me no or whatever. I unfollow them, but it doesn't mean they're not following me anymore. Now, do I unfollow as soon as somebody says no? No. But if I followed them for a long time and I've been trying to get them to order forever and ever, chances are I have their number if they were that interested at one time. But if they just like don't respond to anything that I say, I kind of unfollow them. If they're in another business, I unfollow them. Like, I just unfollow as I go. It's a little bit more challenging now because we don't have apps to do it for us, but I just unfollow manually as I can. But does anybody have any questions about anything? Please ask them. And I'm going to go through here and double check questions. And if I miss your question, ask it again. I don't have a tripod. Should I invest in one? Yes. Your Instagram game will just completely go up. Do you divide by month for your potentials, or is it easier for one whole list? I used to do it like month by month, but now I don't really care when I talk to them. I just do it whenever. So I just have an ongoing list of people. Making sure there's none in here. There's so many comments in here. Sorry, guys. Okay, where do I get all my scripts and messages? From other leaders, in team pages. A lot of people share scripts and stuff, or what they say in the comments of posts and stuff, and I also ask my upline for them. Haven't took notes like this since high school. I feel you, girl. I spit out a lot of information for y'all tonight. We can't use third-party apps because Instagram will delete your account. You're not allowed to use any third-party apps to follow, unfollow, or get likes or followers. It is a tripod with like a little thing right here. You can make this wider or smaller to fit into little crevices and stuff, but has these little clamps over here, and you can make it taller or shorter. And I got it off of Amazon. It was super cheap. In Instagram, when sending initial messages and they want to hear more and we ask for the number, we get ghosted. I just follow up. If somebody says they want information and they are interested, I follow up with them all the time. I have people that I followed up with 70 times before they've enrolled. That's my job. So I make sure I follow up with them no matter what, like constantly all the time. How long is your journaling session? Anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes. Is there an updated product list? Yes, in the team page, Kaylee, under announcements. Any more questions about anything? Does anyone feel better? I want y'all to say me in the comments if you got value from this. If you feel a little bit better, you kind of know how to do things, you know what to do, you feel like things were kind of explained to you better. Okay, a lot of people. Okay, I feel a lot better about this. So I know a lot of times, guys, it can be overwhelming and stressful and nearly crippling when you're like, I don't know what to, like, I know what to do, I just don't know what to do it. You just got to do it, okay? You got to put one foot in front of the other. You got to make the mistake. If your posts are terrible, you're going to overcome it. But if I never posted at all and I never messaged people because I was afraid, I wouldn't get anywhere. You have to make sure you're putting yourself out there. But guys, if you're not getting results from something, change it, make it better. You know, we don't change what works. You'll never change. You'll never find like other people at the top of the company that do anything differently. They post, they message, they follow, they interact, they pour into themselves, they follow up. Those don't change, but how you do them may. You know, a lot of people when they first joined this business, social media wasn't a thing. Guys, when I joined stories, Instagram stories were not a thing. I don't know how I enrolled, but I still did because I was willing to talk about the products and share them and do stuff that I didn't know that I was uncomfortable with, but I did it over and over until I got better at it. So, you know, take better pictures, you know, make sure you're editing them right. Make sure you're having good quality conversations and sending them to your upline. If you have questions, reach out in the team page, but don't just not do anything at all because you don't know what you're doing. That's what your leadership is here for. That's what YouTube is for. That's what your team pages are for, all those kind of things. So I hope you'll have a super awesome night. I hope that this added value to you and that you feel a lot better about things and making sure you're getting your work done. This will be up on my YouTube channel, but I'm so thankful for y'all showing up tonight for your business. This is a huge part in your success is learning. A lot of people that missed out on this training tonight are still going to be confused. They're still not going to know what to do, but because y'all took time out of your night to hop on here, you probably feel a lot more clarified on what you're supposed to be doing every single day. So I hope you'll have a super awesome night, and I will see y'all Tuesday on the Diamond Tribe Zoom, and I'm sure Courtney will share the graphic and everything with us, but see y'all Tuesday. Bye, guys.